What's good? It's your boy GOOSENECKxGAMER, here to bring you my new series, Goose in Glendale. So right now we're gonna throw GOOSENECKxGAMER out the window. I like to present to some and introduce to others the coach for your Arizona Cardinals, Klvff Goosebxry. Here to catch you up on the dealings of the first season, the offseason coming off the first season, along with what happened in free agency. So we'll start with the moves going on in free agency. We'll take you up to the draft, and then we'll talk about what we did once season 2 started right there in the free agency during the preseason. Let's get right into it, guys. No time to waste. The biggest thing to happen after the postseason of season 1, the Cardinals looked at everything we had going on, and we realized that we were going to have to sign Kyler Murray at the start of season 3. And we are projecting him to be a 90 overall at the very least. And we expect him to want a max deal, 7 years, 100+ million, probably knock it on the door of 200. We know he's going to want all of it and some. And we think he deserves it. He's a great quarterback here for us. So we looked at all the players on our roster, and we knew that we were going to have to shop Chandler Jones right away. So we decided to see if we put him on the block now, could we maybe find some young talent out there, maybe get a high draft pick. We wanted to find something that we felt like would be a good fit for us. We were not prepared for the offer that came from the Colts. We weren't, but we were definitely excited to see it. The Colts put on the table one of their younger running backs who was not getting as many touches after the MVP season Jonathan Taylor had, which is understandable. They offered us Heinz. Heinz was in the deal, along with the 3rd round draft pick. After several conversations in the front office, we felt like this was most likely going to be the best deal for us going forward. Chandler Jones has been an integral piece to our front 7, our pass rush, but we felt like we had to make a move now to kind of get the most for our money. Otherwise, we would not be able to get something of that nature in the following season. So that was the move we made. Looking at Heinz came in for us and has already immediately been a big factor for us here in the preseason. We had one particular game where we gave him quite a few touches just to kind of see what he could do. After that, we kind of tapered it back a bit because we didn't want to have any injuries going into the season. But we feel like Heinz is going to be great paired up in the backfield with Kenyon Drake. So we got a 1-2 combo with splitting our carries between our backs. Hopefully keep both of our guys healthy. In the short time he's been with us, he's already got a couple of upgrades, so we're definitely happy about that. But Heinz has definitely been a very big part of our offense going forward. We now have Kenyon Drake, Heinz, and Kyler Murray in our backfield, matched up with our receivers we have out wide. We expect the Cardinals offense to become that high-powered, explosive offense that many know we can be. So we're definitely excited to have added Heinz. We are going to miss Chandler Jones in our front 7, but we are definitely glad to have acquired 24-year-old halfback Heinz, bringing him on to the Cardinal family. He looks good in red and white, don't he, boys? So after we got that deal sealed, we had to figure out how did we want to go about our defense. Were we going to be a 3-4 team now that we did not have Chandler Jones at an elite talent level edge rusher? Or did we want to go 4-3 and try to put some block shed on the line to slow down the run, as we did struggle against the run in the 2020 season? When we looked on the free agency, we seen linebacker Jarrett Davis available, becoming a free agent from the Detroit Lions. And we felt like he wanted some money, but we felt like for our defense, he was going to be a big piece for us. A big hitter coming in with 87 hit power, 85 speed, 90 acceleration. Big hitter trait already. Not the greatest in zone coverage, but we felt like he was going to be a big piece for us. So we had to grab him just as soon as we could. We felt like adding him to our team was going to be a big piece, and we were definitely glad to have him. The next piece we saw that came available in the free agency was Ricky Seals-Jones, tight end, 26-year-old out of Texas A&M, 6'5", 243 pounds, vertical threat, 73 overall, 84 speed, 88 acceleration. We felt like he was going to be great for us because adding the speed we have in our backfield, we wanted a guy at tight end that we felt like could become an elite route runner at the tight end position. At 26 years old, he should take us right to the end of the cycle. He might end up moving from the number 1 tight end to the number 2 guy. We'll have to see how his regression holds for us. But okay run blocking. I wouldn't even call it good, great, but at the best, okay. Good route running for us, decent catching, and that's what we kind of plan to lean on, adding him to the roster here. We're already with a great wide receiving core, and bringing in a tight end of his caliber is going to allow us to play pro-style football, go under center, play action, find the tight end, hopefully matched up against slower linebackers in our division. Amongst the league, there's a lot of speedy guys out there, but in our division, we kind of have a mixed bag, so we hope to kind of exploit some of those matchups there. We were definitely, when we had an opportunity to get Ricky Seals-Jones, we had to get him. Similar to the Jarrad Davis deal, we did have to give him a little bit extra money, but I felt like he was going to be better for us than against us. So at the end of the day, we felt it was worth it, and we paid him, and we're glad to have him in the red and white. Knowing that we had just acquired somebody who we feel like in a couple of seasons with our tutelage could become a top guy at the tight end position, if not an elite guy. We knew we wanted to grab a fullback who we could kind of trust and believe in, so that we could really take on this pro style, add some wing, add strong set, just to kind of give Kohler an opportunity to show his throwing arm and then still be able to run the ball, you know, because in those same sets we could come out, we could back him off the line of scrimmage and be more of a pistol style. So now you don't know if we're running the ball, if we're going to ground and pound, or if we're going to get out and allow Kohler to move in the bootleg. So we looked at some of those play action plays, right? So we went and found a fullback that we believed in. Interesting thing here, he's actually made a bid on by another one of our division rivals. And in that case, we did end up giving him some extra money as far as his contract goes, but we felt like it was going to be worth the trouble. I don't doubt he is one of the higher paid fullbacks at his overall, but we feel that coming in for us, he's definitely going to develop to be a great guy. He's coming in at 25 years old, so he should, at fullback, he should last the cycle without any major regression. He might lose a little speed. At fullback, that's going to work just fine for us. Decent blocking. We think that with some further development, and then also he'll be able to give us, you know, something in the flat. Defenses are going to have to respect him in the flat. So we believe 83 speed, 88 acceleration, 72 impact block, 57 lead block, which leaves a lot to be desired for. We believe we can definitely make this guy work. And this is basically with the addition of him and Ricky Seals-Jones. We look forward to the pro style package that we have brought in, along with the stuff we already do out of the pistol, allowing Kohler to kind of roll out the pocket and make a play with his legs or with his arm. Special teams are the aspect of the game that can never be overlooked. Our punter decided to retire, and we will greatly miss him. And we looked out, we wanted to grab somebody young who we felt like could last the remainder of the cycle for us, and someone where we could put some, you know, some time into, some effort into, and be a great kicker for. We wanted the guy with accuracy. We obviously wanted the guy who had a lot of power with a great leg. We actually looked around and we found 23-year-old Blake Gilligan coming in at 6'2", 196 pounds, 94 kick power, already at 74 accuracy. We felt like we could definitely work with this. The awareness is 52. Being that this punting, we are his awareness. We feel like we can definitely get that accuracy up above 80 within a season or two, and therefore that's going to help us make a big difference in our special teams, allowing us to really use our punter as a weapon. If we're in a situation where we feel like, hey, let's punt the ball, trust our defense, we're going to go out to on the field with a lot of confidence, knowing that our punter is going to be able to pin the defense back, and we'll start out that defensive series confident in the position that the opposing team is on the field. So we're glad to have him here. He'll be with us for the remainder of the cycle. Already 69 overall. We definitely are going to build this kid up, and we think he'll be a great piece to the team. We were in the free agency, and we were looking, and we started thinking about when we were able to acquire Jarrett Davis, and we knew that we were pairing him up at linebacker with Hassan Reddick. We were very excited. So we started looking to see. We looked at the draft class. We knew where we were going to fall in the draft. We were shuffling pieces, and we were looking at our board and trying to decide, hey, was there somebody out there maybe that existed already that we could put some time, effort into development, and maybe make him out to be somebody that isn't already somebody that would fit well for our budget. We found Elijah Lee in the free agency. 82 speed, not the fastest guy, 89 acceleration. We like that part. But here's the ticker here. 76 pursuit, I like that. 81 tackle, I like that a lot. Hit power, 86 already. He does not already have the big hitter trait, but that's okay because we have a few different legends that we've been in contact with. So we look forward to where he could go in the future, what he could become. Man coverage already 62, zone coverage already 62. These aren't amazing, these aren't game breaking, but it's better than 52. So we feel like coming up here in the cycle, we could definitely get this guy up to a 75 overall, maybe by the end of season 3, somewhere in there. And we feel like he can really be a major piece for us on defense, and with that hit power, it's only gonna go up. The sky's the limit for a guy like this. He has a great base template. He's 6'2", 229. We think he's going to be a great piece for us. So we're happy to have him here. He's got some great guys to come up around. Jordan Hicks has been talking with him, just working on different things with his legs, how to read the play, his play recognition, stuff on the field. So we look forward to where that's going to go. Elijah Lee is a name that we hope to make a household name by the season 4, season 5 for sure. As we are gearing up that big hitting linebacker core that we intend to have here in Glendale. So with those moves made in the free agency, it was time to set up our draft board. We had looked at everything that we acquired. Getting Heinz in the deal for Chandler Jones was everything to us. Believe it or not, we were already sitting on, what we know is taboo, but we felt like we needed to take a halfback in the draft to kind of help complete the cipher to give, because Kenyon Drake, we signed him to a 2-year deal. We knew we weren't going to keep him long. We think he's worth every penny he asked for. We just knew we needed to allocate money other places. So once we acquired Heinz in that deal, we knew then, because we had given up Chandler Jones, we were going to either have to get the best defensive lineman we could get or get a cornerback, as Patrick Peterson is aging. Been a great guy for us, an amazing defensive back, top tier, elite even. But we knew we needed somebody to come kind of fill the ranks there on the outside to kind of give us that same height. Seeing that Surtain was 6'2", 203, and his 40 time was an amazing 4.38, we knew we just had to sign him. We had to. So he was our first round pick. He came in at the time of the draft. He came in at 75 overall, 93 speed, 93 acceleration at that time. Since then, now 94 acceleration with 92 agility. He actually came in and a straight superstar flat zone KO, locking down that side of the field already as a rookie. So that was a major piece for us. Kind of one of those things we knew if we could not get a direct Chandler replacement right away, then let's strengthen our defensive backfield to allow our guys who are on our front four, that front four, nickel package that we run. Sometimes we do 3, but often lately we've been showing 4 to kind of have somebody that kind of already be in the mix and helping us put pressure on the quarterback, and obviously in this field going for coverage sacks. So that was our move there. We were definitely glad to have him. He's a natural born leader, very smart guy, balanced, and you can see here with him in our defensive scheme, we expect to be competitive right away. He's a day 1 starter for us. Our second pick in the draft, we decided we looked to see what best talent was available along with what we needed. Picking up Patrick Surtain, we still knew we had big shoes to fill with Chandler Jones not rushing the edge. We looked and we could not believe that Quandre Rochet was still available. 6'4", 235 pounds. This is an edge rusher who can stand up or put his hand in the dirt. Coming from Miami, the 23-year-old we knew was going to be a great piece. At the time of the draft, he was 72 overall. Now he's 74 overall as a speed rusher archetype. Looking at him right here, 86 speed, 86 acceleration, 79 finesse move already. Even with a 72 power move, which isn't bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. We can build on it. 68 block shed, so he's going to struggle against the run some, but as a rookie, we expect to be able to build that. 62 play rec. Coming at 23 years old, we definitely expected his play rec to be in that ballpark, maybe just a touch higher. 71 awareness, which is about, par for the course. Him being 23, played all 4 years. We knew he would come in just, a little smarter than your everyday rookie. 73 hit power with the big hitter trait. We're excited about that. 74 on the pursuit, 79 tackle rating. He is a day one starter in some of our packages, not in all, but in some. But we do expect toward the end of the season, and definitely by the start of second season, he will be on the starting role, coming off the edge of our pass rush, definitely, and maybe even some against our run stopping defensive package. But we're definitely glad to have him with the speed he has. We definitely expect, knowing that we have quarterbacks, the defending division champion for the NFC West, Russell Wilson, trying to contain and slow him down is always a priority for us. Jared Goff has been active in the pocket and getting out of the pocket, dancing around. Jimmy G, not so much, but we wanted to make sure we tooled up our team to slow down the pass. There's a lot of great receivers in our division, so we tooled up our team to deal with it the best we can while also working on our run-stopping defense. Quandre Rochet, our second round draft pick, glad to have him. We expect him to become a household name as the cycle progresses. Charles Snowden, a name that is definitely not new to PML. He joined us in our third round pick, 22-year-old rookie coming out of Virginia, 6'7", 235. I just felt like this was a guy we could not pass on at all. 88 speed, 84 acceleration, 67 finesse move, 67 power move. Not amazing there, but the expectation that I have is with his speed and his size, he's still going to be able to overpower and work a lot of offensive linemen in his way. Sometimes he might be matched up against a blocking tight end. We definitely expect him to win those matchups. Not a day one starter for us, but a guy we definitely put a lot of focus into. And we expect that by the midway through season 3, he just might be a starter coming off that edge, our 4-man pass rush there. He'll be joined up around that time. We expect him to be joining Godot, Breland Speaks, his fellow rookie classmate Rochet. We expect those guys to be making a big we expect to make some noise in the NFC West also, as a premier pass rush team, kind of forcing guys to run the ball 20 plus times a game. And in that, we expect to still be effective there. Glad to have him, Charles Snowden. You look good in red, baby. Welcome to Glendale. Welcome to Glendale here in the Arizona Cardinals. As we put together everything coming our last couple picks for the draft, we decided that making a move for tight end out of Iowa State, the 6'6", 252 pound Charlie Kohler was going to be a great move for us. Not a bad guy, coming off of 80 speed, 83 acceleration. He's not the fastest, but we felt like in a wing situation where we have him also on the field, we knew he would be able to be effective. Already a 68 short route running, 55 medium, and 53 deep. That 68 short, we feel like we can get that over 70 by the end of the season. That medium, we hope to get that to the mid 60s by the end of the season. He's already shown a few things in preseason that he could be an effective target for Kyler Murray. So that's been great. We got him active in the play action. He kind of showed us some things. So We expect him to be a great number 4, number 5 guy, you know, in a couple of reads and play action situations. He'll be able to block fairly well for us. That's a big deal. At 70 run block, we really need that. He'll definitely be a part of our goal line package right away, so we're glad to have him. I think he'll be a great guy to know come season 3, season 4. I think teams are they cannot overlook this guy. They won't be able to. Definitely felt good about adding this piece to our offense. Coming in tight end, giving us a little youth. We're coming up behind Ricky Seals-Jones. And he's also in great company. So we feel good about this move here. Think he'll be great. And he looks good in red. Welcome to Glendale. Our last pick of the drive left us with the 22-year-old rookie out of Ohio State, Munford. Drafted at 66 overall and already at 67 power archetype. We felt like he'd be a good addition to hopefully come up under some of our older guys, you know, kind of sit around some of our veterans on the offensive line. And we believe he'll be able to fill their shoes coming season 3 for sure by the start of season 4. And we look forward to kind of adding some beef to that offensive line of ours. 6'6", 310 pounds. We love his size. We think he'll be a great fit for us and help Kyler kind of develop. Because give Kyler more time in the pocket, although Kyler likes to get outside the pocket, but he'll give Kyler more time in the pocket, and that we really do look forward to. We think that'd be a great addition for us. Gives us some depth at the offensive line as well. We got a couple guys that are 30 plus. He's also a great locker room guy, so we love that already. Smart guy, 69 awareness already, so we can definitely work with that. We expect to see those blocking stats, run blocking and pass blocking stats in the mid-70s by the start of season 3, halfway through season 3. So we look forward to that. We're glad to have him on the squad. We think he'll be an integral piece to our offensive attack. Over here, as like I said, we brought in some new packages here in Glendale, and we know our fans will be excited to see him. With the preseason coming to an end, we looked at our roster one more time before finalizing, just to make sure that we felt good about our season opener being a division game. If we felt good about how we were going to start our season, we looked around in the free agency and we were able to scoop a veteran that we feel like will be a great addition to our front seven on the defensive side of the ball. Adam Gotsis, coming in 6'4", 287 pounds, was available. We had been kind of talking on and off. We had a few deals we tried to work out before, and at the time just wasn't right, especially with the big Chandler Jones contract. But we were able to pick up Adam for a 1-year deal. We don't know if we'll keep him around. We can't say, because he's actually been a great mentor to some of my younger guys already. He's coming in right away, gonna help us deal with the run, so we look forward to that. Clever guy, you know, already a 73 play rate, 72 awareness. We know that's gonna help us, son. Not the best, but definitely far from the worst. We got him at a decent deal, you know, worked out great for our financials. So we were glad to add him to the defensive front, man. We think he's going to be a good fit. He's already getting along with guys. He's been mentoring some of my younger guys. Rochet is taken to him quite well. Snowden's a great locker room guy anyway, so there's not a soul in there he doesn't get along with. But we're glad to have Gotsis on the roster as we look to make a march here to make some noise in our division, along with once we conquer the division going forward, to make noise here in the NFC conference. The biggest thing to happen for us season 2 here in Glendale, Arizona Cardinals, guys. Patrick Peterson stepped down as our defensive captain, as the #1 defensive back. He actually volunteered with something we've been working on here, just an idea we've been toying with on what we consider the lockdown nickel package, is what some guys have thrown out there. But he stepped down as the #1 corner, and he decided to move himself to free safety. Or a guy like Pat Pete, coming in at 31, 10-year vet. This is season 11. He's still just as athletic. Some argue more athletic than our fastest young guy right now. I feel strongly that he is. Just, you know, I've known him a long time. Been a great guy for us. But he said he's going to take this opportunity to mentor a couple of our younger guys. We have Byron Murphy, the rookie Patrick Surtain the third, the free agent we picked up last year, and we decided to re-sign Javelin Guidry. But that was a big deal for us. So he's actually playing free safety for us now. And we kind of designed this nickel package to where we feel like it's going to help us be competitive in the NFC West. So that was a really big deal for us. Nobody kind of foresaw it coming. With that move being made, we don't know, because we signed him to a 1-year deal this year. That's all he was looking for. But I guess with the moves that were made in the draft pick, it kind of showed us, I don't want to say the light, but it showed us some other options of different ways that we could play football here in Glendale, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. And believe it or not, a lot of guys took to this. And he actually gave the ranks over to Buda Baker as being the head defensive captain, which, is a beautiful thing. Our quarterback, Kyler Murray, was deeply touched by it. He couldn't say enough about the leadership that he felt in that move. So that was a really big deal for us. Everybody's excited. We are, it's kind of been a new fire lit in Glendale. And our guys are kind of focused, number one, just on, hey guys, let's go. NFC West. Can we win the division? And then from there, we move on to can we take a playoff spot in the NFC? Can we upset some teams? We believe we can, but we started here. And it's kind of where everything starts. So we're excited about that, man. Patrick Peterson is an amazing talent. We don't know if the relationship will continue with him as a player, or if, we'll part ways after this season. We don't know. Obviously, with him moving to free agent, he knows that extended his, the span of his career. Being as a number one cornerback, that was something that, he understood that, hey, I'm coming toward the end of the road. But moving to free agent, that kind of changes everything for where his career could go. That could get him another 2-3 years as a starting free safety in somebody's program, if not ours. We don't know yet. We have things to consider with the big contract for Murray coming up. So that was a big moment for us. We're excited to have him at free safety. If you had told me 10 years ago that Patrick Peterson was going to be one of the top 10 free safeties in the league, I probably would have told you he'd still be playing corner, just to be honest with you. But seeing it now, we've seen it in action, just on the practice field, and just kind of watching how the guys look up to him. Isaiah Simmons is a freak of nature, and Patrick Peterson has really just given him a lot of knowledge about, being a zone hawk, just so that's something that we expect Simmons might become, just knowing with somebody like Patrick Peterson. But as we get ready to kick off our week 1 game, we just kind of wanted to go over what all happened here in Glendale. The first episode of Goose in Glendale, and just kind of give you an overview of what we did, what you can expect, and hopefully, we plan on putting on a show here in the NFC West and in the NFC period. We hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. We stream our games live on Twitch. Your boy GOOSENECKxGAMER. Check out the podcast. Search Premier Madden anywhere you digest your podcast. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all of the above. We're on Podbean, so you can check it out there. But thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let me know how you feel. Episode 1, Goose in Glendale. We are out.